One.
Mr. Amras Khan, hello and welcome.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. So we would like to know today, how did the Terra journey begin? Would you be so kind and tell us?
With pleasure. In 1983, a gentleman called Richard Bachler from Austria, who's an Austrian citizen, decided to have a tour around the world. And in those days, the Austrians, they never used to travel so much. But he took a backpack, and as he went around the world in a variety of countries, Southeast Asia, Australia, New Zealand, around the world to South America, coming back via Africa, back to Europe, he was shocked to notice that, the most essential ingredient of our life, which is water, is also the cause of so many problems for millions and millions of people. For example, whenever water seeps into roads and infrastructure, it damages the infrastructure. You have potholes, you have traffic deaths, you have people who cannot have the infrastructure to bring their commodities to sell into urban cities. Unfortunately, the poorest people are farmers in this case, who don't have that possibility for their living. Then you have dirty water, polluted rivers, not giving enough clean drinking water to human beings, creating terrible conditions for human beings to live in, especially in some of the developing countries. And then you have the lack of water, which is, causing droughts, causing famines. And it's really sad to see the impact that water has had on so many lives. At that point of time, Richard decided to dedicate the rest of his life to solving these problems. And that's how Terra was formed. He dedicated his life to solve these problems with water by developing a portfolio of solutions that deal with water. So the flagship product that he developed was a product called Terra 3000. And this is the product that really enables sustainable road development and sustainable land development. And the way it's done is it tackles the root cause, in which it doesn't allow water to seep into the subbase or into land. And the way it does that is by neutralizing the ions that you find in clay, because in this nano area with the 2-micron size, you have positive and negative charged ions, which when they oppose each other, create these small little air spaces called colloids, and that's how the water seeps in. So he neutralizes those ions, and with compaction, these colloids are shut off, breaking the permeability of water, so water can't seep in. Sounds good, right? The problem is all that know-how was inside the head of one gentleman in this universe. And when I met him 15 years ago, I realized that, this is not going to be so easy to sell, because you're very dependent on various aspects that slow down efficiency. For example, if you want to know what's in the soil, you have to have lab tests done with something known as a sieve hydrometer analysis. Now, if you want to have a long stretch of road developed, theoretically, you got to test every 50 meters, right? Because the soil doesn't have to be the same in the whole stretch. So I quickly realized that unless and until we don't find a way to deploy these technologies in a scalable, highly efficient manner, that is not going to fly. It's really sad. Very often you have these inventors with lovely inventions, but they never come into reality due to lack of execution. So we spent 7.5 years developing industrial partnerships with various parties through which we could develop state-of-the-art technology that matches the state-of-the-art machinery, that matches the state-of-the-art technology developed by Richard Bachler, so that then technology coupled with the machinery can be implemented really fast and efficiently. Today, we're at a state where we can, with our state-of-the-art machinery developed for the state-of-the-art technology, we can deploy up to 8,000 square meters of stabilization of road. And that is phenomenal, because the average industry is around 3 to 350 in the conventional method. So this is for Terra 3000, and I'm sorry it's a long answer, by the way, but I think it's important to get the whole picture. The other thing that he developed was doing exactly the opposite of Terra 3000, which is called WetSorb. And this is a product that is absolutely phenomenal and in need for the current situation around the planet. This addresses droughts and famine. What this does is it's a polycrystalline structure that when applied to the roots levels of any agriculture or horticulture, it doesn't allow water to flow away. So it can store up to 1,000 times the volume of its own size. So in essence, when you're doing irrigation or when you have lack of water, that water stays around the roots of the crop or the horticultural aspect and gives it enough moisture for it to grow in an optimum way. I mean, the grass you're seeing behind here in my garden, this is all done by wet sorb. It's green, it's lush. I water this once a month, and that's it. So that's the story of Terra 3000. Today, we are launched in Australia. We're launched in the Philippines with official accreditation. We've just launched in the United States of America. We've had a bunch of other projects in a total of 35 countries all over South America, in Europe, Russia, Mongolia, Turkey, as well as in Australia. I hope that
Well,
answers your question.
yes, actually, I was really happy to know about the journey of the Terra, and I believe you are up to a very good cause here, because I'm sure that these products, the Terra 3000 and also the wet sorb, in addition to the other products developed by Terra System, Switzerland, they all aim at impacting the life of people around the world. So I congratulate you for that.
Thank you very much. Both Richard and myself have decided to dedicate the rest of our lives for impacting other people's lives. And it's only by identifying the right partners, like-minded partners who want to have an impactful, event on the environment and touching people's lives that we can be successful. So I'm very grateful to all our partners out there. This is not a one-man show. There's a whole ecosystem behind this. So thank you so much.